his own dad without understanding why he fucked his dad.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
To fucking dads.
Cheers to fucking dads. What are we gonna do today?
We're gonna rate every dad we know from 0 to hero.
Starting with my dad. You already said he's gonna kill himself.
Superhero. Well, he's in his superhero phase right now. He's in his superhero era.
Super Dan.
But 15 years from now,
he'd be jumping off that bridge.
If he's lucky.
Nick, say the fucking worst swear word you could ever think of.
Bongoloid.
Whoa, dude, he just said the N-word with a B in it. In real life, even.
In real life, even maybe. Yeah, I'm glad I've been working out every day for the last month. I've been building up my ability to say bongoloid, and I'm
jerking off is not a workout, you fucking idiot.
Well, if I'm jerking someone else off, it is.
I guess.
I mean, my dad says so I believe him.
Oh wait, that's that bongoloid workout routine you're working on.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
Bongoloid.
I've been double fisting for weeks.
Bongoloid arm method.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. My dad's got me on the shake weights hard.
True.
Like, I have to get hard and then lift the shake weight. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Nick, do you ever picture, like, your mom and your dad having sex and your mom, like, getting off on your dad's penis inside of her vagina?
Yeah, dude, I'm usually the film. I'm usually the guy filming. Cheap labor.
Classic Chrismick.
No, dude. I mean, I said I'd pay rent, and they're like, if you just want to use your expert film skills...
Guess what,
then...
Nick? We got an OnlyFans, and we gotta fucking make rent, so you're filming.
Have I not told you my parents' OnlyFans? Dude, they paid off their mortgage, like, in the last year through OnlyFans, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're the editor and doing the filming...
Turns out I wasn't their only fan. I really thought I was one of one, but their mortgage says otherwise.
Yeah. You're one of the 4 or 5 fans.
I got grandfathered in. I'm still paying $2.99 a month, but they raised everyone else's rates. It's crazy. Yeah, but that's what happens when you live in Victoria. You can't just be retired anymore. You need to sell your body for money.
You're gonna be retired and retarded.
Well, if my parents were retarded enough, they'd get something from the government.
Is that what people talk about, like, in work when they're like, hey, I need some R&R, like retired and retarded?
Some would say it's rest and relaxation. I would say it's more like reaping retardation. You're trying to get as much out of the retards as you can.
Reaping the retards.
Yeah.
Benefits.
Of course.
Yeah. What's that tax? Every time you get your receipt, it says GSR. It says like government.
GSR, gunshot residue. There's 5% gunshot residue.
No, like generally stating retards. Okay, I fucked it up. There could be something.
No, I think that was correct because I'm so good with the tax code.
What's it stand for? GSR.
There's no R.
Getting shit
sex
retarded
to my penis.
Yes.
GSR.
True that. What are we doing today?
Oh, you see these Panasonics? They say they're only $1.25 for 4, but I'm gonna lick each end to make sure they're still active before I return them.
You know what's fucked about my Xbox controller before it actually broke is...
Oh, speaking of Xbox controller, I might as well give you that now.
Oh yeah. Well, if I have another 10, I'll give it to you.
I don't care, dude. It's not my fault.
But the thing was actually so fucked, like, or actually, I think it was just the cheap-ass batteries I had. Like, I put the batteries in that I got from the dollar store, and they'd leak fluid. So, like, I think that probably fucked up my controller pretty good, too.
Here you go.
Also, thank you. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, like, here, look. I'll show you the fucking... You can see how that's shiny? Mine's all, like... Look at this. Look at this fucking thing.
Also, here you go, brother. Merry Christmas.
What is it?
Lottery tickets?
I'm gonna be rich. You're gonna be poor.
I'm losing money on giving you lottery tickets.
Where is this fucking thing? We keep it really clean in here. Yeah, look at this. So, first of all, that's broken, but like, look at like the fucking. It's got like green, like it's like calcified.
Yeah, I see the corrosion and shit.
It's because I'd give it like the cheapest batteries ever, and then they literally like leak fluid.
I didn't realize what the difference. I was like, batteries are all fucking batteries.
Yeah,
and
you can like see the difference.
Yeah, and then Duracell would keep saying like, no, we charge you more because like firefighters use them. And
I mean, also I did buy like the cheapest fucking dollar store batteries possible.
Yeah, but
like you can see, like the thing looks like it's gonna fall off. Like yeah.
I know what you're saying. It's corroded.
Yeah, look at the fucking.
It's
difference.
Oxidized.
Well, now I got a controller and I can play Xbox. I could still use this, but you see how.
No, but yeah, you could, but it's at the same point.
So
it's like, dude,
awkward.
yeah.
Alright, time to scratch this lottery ticket and see if I win money. I got $1 in my bathroom.
I know, I almost stole it, but I didn't. You're lucky.
Ow, you fucking bastard.
I looked at it. I didn't touch it. You're lucky.
Steal a loony from me.
I almost did.
What's my scratching loony? Well, thanks for the Christmas present. I didn't get you anything because I'm a bad friend.
No worries. This is why I buy lottery tickets every year. You think it's a thoughtful gift?
You
I just go out of my way to have them. So when I saw Mike and I saw Seth and I saw Ryan the other day, I'm like, everyone's getting lottery tickets.
You think I'm going to share if I win?
No. No, the whole point isn't to share if you win. The whole point is to brag if you win.
There's 10 grand. Alright.
Fuck sharing, dude.
Let's make it 50.
We're just blonde boys too. We're blonde boys.
My mom would always put scratch and win tickets
in stocking. Yeah, I'm about that life. I think I started gambling at a young age, dude.
It's your parents' fault.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't have let me win at the beginning. I stole money off my parents at like 10 years old, and I was like, "Oh, this is what gambling is. You just win $300 for nothing."
What do you mean you stole money off your parents?
So my dad used to have a playoff hockey pool with his friends every year, and his $50 buy-ins, and there was 10 of them. All so there's $500 in the pool. Mm-hmm. First place gets $300. Second place gets $150. Third place gets their money back. Mm-hmm. And they only had 9 people show up when I was in grade 4 or whatever. I was like 10 years old. And I was still playing the NHL 2004 video game. I knew all the stats. I was ready to go.
Why am I scratching these? Nothing's changing.
I don't know what you're doing, to be honest, but it doesn't matter.
Go on.
So then, basically, one of my dad's friends didn't show up for the hockey pool. He's like, well, we need a 10th person.
Turns out he was raped, murdered, burned, buried, beaten.
Well, I had to kill him so I could get in the pool. So after I killed him, then my mom was like, okay, well, I have $50. I'll buy in as the 10th person in the pool, but I don't know shit about hockey. So then she's like, Nick, why don't you make the picks? You've been playing NHL 2004. So then I made all the picks and ended up coming first in the pool and winning the $300. But my mom was like, hey, I paid the $50 to get in. You're not winning $300. It's my money.
Classic woman being a J-word.
Classic woman. But then she went to Canadian Tire and bought me some like plastic hockey nets and hockey sticks for like $100 or something like that. And I thought I was a superhero.
How old are you?
10, maybe.
Wow, your mom's a fucking bitch, dude.
No, she was smart. She kept the money, and then, well, she put the money up front to win, and then she kept the money and she bought me some hockey sticks.
And now she's got her son addicted to gambling. So
well, yeah, because I never lost. Yeah, I've never lost.
Mm-hmm.
I've never lost.
Wrong. I'm scratching these and nothing's happening because it's all just green.
Yeah.
I don't know if I won anything.
Okay, you know what you'll do?
Did I ever tell you about Scratch and Win Steve from the Monkey Tree? So, like, when I worked there, there was this guy who we literally called Scratch and Win Steve because every day he would show up to the liquor store, buy, like, a stack of lottery tickets, and just spend hours sitting there at the liquor store counter, like, just scratching lottery tickets. And like, depends on who it was, but behind the liquor store, like, I knew there was, like, Matt and Erica and Bonnie. So 3 different people working there, but, like, Bonnie was like, oh, he's alright, he's just an old guy, but other people would be like, this guy just I'm trying to do my job, and he's just standing there at the fucking counter scratching lottery tickets all day. Like, that would drive me insane.
Why do you have to acknowledge him if he's scratching lottery tickets, though?
Well, because, like, imagine you just... Because when there is nobody in the liquor store, normally that would be your time to, like, watch a video on your phone or do whatever, but there's a customer just who is there forever, just scratching lottery tickets, and he is still a customer, so you still have to be like, well, I can't eat my staff meal right now, and I can't fucking go for a smoke, and I can't fucking...
But he was the same guy in there multiple days?
Every day.
Then you could, because you would build that relationship to be like, I'm eating my fucking staff meal. You're gonna scratch your tickets. I'm gonna be here. You're gonna be happy.
But
if you're not gonna hold a conversation, I get it.
I get that, but like at the same time, it's a very solitary job, and I think one of the reasons why you would want that job is to be like, I can just stand here and do nothing. But if there's some fucking guy, like, and that's why I mentioned the 3 of them, because they all had different relationships with him. But the point is, it's like, dude, you're like 60 and your whole life is you just fucking stand in the liquor store and scratch lotto tickets all day?
For all we know, his parents passed away, left him a $4 million house.
Money.
That's what I mean. Left him a $4 million house, and he's just got no job, and he's going to just keep spending $50 a day on lottery tickets, and that's fine.
It's also the same thing when you see regulars and shit in like pubs like that, where it's
dude.
You know, they have money and shit, shit. But
have you been to
that's how you choose to live your life? Like, you have no friends, you have no family, you just go drink at a pub every day?
You worked at the fucking Monkey Tree. When I was in Florida, I was the guy who's like way too young to be at the local dive bar. But I would go. You go to the local dive bar, and there's a bunch of 6-year-olds smoking cigarettes in one of the few establishments that will let them smoke cigarettes and drink inside.
So basically, you're already the fucking fucking guy sitting there.
Yeah, no, you go in there, you're like, I'll take the $3 Budweiser, I'll sit down, I'll fucking smoke my vape pen inside if I want, or I'll fucking smoke a cigarette and I'll sit here and do
$3 Budweiser and a cigarette inside? Where the fuck were you drinking?
Florida.
Holy shit, you can do that?
Dive bar Budweiser bottles, $3 American, and then they still could let smoke inside, jukebox inside. That's why I go to the dive bar all the time.
Dude,
I wasn't like, I want to go clubbing. I was like, no, I want to go and hang out.
60-year-old man.
and I got to know some of the fucking like the bartenders, of course, because you go there enough times. They're like, you don't fit in. Why are you here? And you're like, oh, actually, I just work on a boat down the road. I don't want to fucking.
Sounds dope.
I would go in there. I met this person who I fucking forget her name, which is sad, but she was the bartender. But her boyfriend's name was Kyle, and he would come in every once in a while when she was working near the end of the night, have a drink, pick her up. Oh, she was mid-30s, and he was also mid-30s, like they normal people, yeah. And
not like saying you're old, you're not normal. Anyways, go on.
No, so then I go away for a bit. I'm working, I'm not having to go to the dive bar for a few months, whatever reason. And then I'm going to like this marine shop supply store that happened. National Marine has everything for these yachts. Oh, can you go in and pick up some of this stuff? And I just go in and walk in there one day, and that's her second job. Her first job is working at National Marine. Her second job is the bartending on the side. Yeah. So then we lock eyes, and just fucking, I was like, I know this person. Why do I know this person? And then, dude, it was so hot. No, but but then I fucking saw her. She's like, "Hey, Nick, how's it going?" I was like, "Why the fuck do I know you? I know you. I recognize your face."
You're so drunk every time you don't remember.
Every time, exactly.
No way. You're drunk. You're like, I only remember you when I'm in a stupor. Like,
kind of, no, but I recognize the face, and I was like, "But where do I know you from? It's Florida. Like, I don't know that many people down here."
Oh, the bar.
And then she's like, "Oh, dude," because I didn't realize her boyfriend also works at National Marine. So her boyfriend also worked at the same store, and then I saw them. I was like, oh, dude, what's going on? But how we became friends, I remember going there one time, pretty much a dead bar, and I was like, hey, you want a shot? I'm trying to make friends, but like, fuck it, every once in a while, I'm like, dude, I got money.
Trying to diddle her.
Trying to diddle her. No, dude, I didn't realize this was her boyfriend at the time. I'm just shooting the shit with the guy.
His asshole. You're trying to diddle her boyfriend.
After I fucking diddle his asshole, he came back a second time, and he had Taco Bell, and I was sitting there drinking by myself, and he's like, do you want a taco? And that's when our friendship formed. I was
then when you diddled his asshole after the Taco Bell, it was extra wet.
It was so wet. It was loosey-goosey.
That's like gay term for wet. Yeah. Like Taco Bell, dude. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you have friends in Florida, basically.
Well, I'm thinking when I go back down to Florida, if I go back down to Dania Beach, I need to go back to the corner gas station that I would used to go to, like, every day to be an alcoholic, and just see the guy who would serve me beers, like, 5 times a week.
Classic 7-Eleven.
Pretty much. Yeah, it was the 24-hour gas station near the corner of me. But even before I left, he was like, dude, I'm struggling. Can you give me some money? And I gave him like $200 for rent before I never saw him again. He's like, I'll pay you back. I was like, sounds good. And they got fired from my job. And they just fucking left. Okay, never mind. And then I want to go to that dive bar again and just see if these people are working there and be like, I'm back.
I do actually. I love a good dive bar.
Oh, I'm huge into dive bars. That's
like the Phoenix. Apparently I'm not banned from there anymore.
I imagine so. It's been years.
It has been years.
I imagine there's a lot more things they have on their thoughts than.
Yeah.
Hey, remember that guy 3.5 years ago?
Who said he was gonna sue us for no reason. But
who's never gonna hire?
I went there with Austin and Avery because they always play like punk shows, like live fucking punk bands and shit.
Yeah.
And we went there and it was a great time. I think I spent like $400 in one night just because I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck. And it was like
so much for a dive bar.
A punk crowd is like they're all standing there, and I was like hammered, like getting in people's like jumping up and being
You're
like,
back.
Come on, we gotta
I'm back in the saddle again.
I gotta piss. Keep the conversation going to yourself.
All right, I will. I'm back in the saddle again, boys. I can hold a conversation without friends. That's how much fun I can be. I don't think anyone knows how much fun it is really to be living with a couple of voices in your head. It's like having roommates, but like never having to share. houseless eyes. Who pooed in my soup? Let it be noted, this is the cleanest I've ever seen Felix's house. Looks like there's only been 4 homeless people living here at the moment. You know what I think would be a cool aesthetic for your house?
Dead cat.
If you poured all the Listerine into a Peller Estates bottle and left it right by the fucking sink. You're like, oh, I just need a slam of this before I go to work.
Well, you know, I'm very glad I got that Listerine because my dad one morning, I was super hungover. Not super hungover, but I was drinking the night before, and he was like, I get in the truck, and he's like, ew, what the fuck is that smell? And I'm like checking my boots. I'm like, I don't know, what's the smell? He's like, it's your fucking breath. Were you drinking last night? I was like, because I probably fucking didn't brush my teeth, got hammered, was a complete idiot. So now I have this bottle of Listerine.
Just to mask the absolute degeneracy that's going on.
Exactly, just to fucking be like, you know, that's the way to do it.
Dude, I borrowed my fucking parents' car the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with Shane. Fucking take some tokes in the garage.
Smash it into a wall.
Bro, I bought 2 Land Sharks. They're $1.99.
Yep.
I had a few hours before I had to drive. Like,
what
I had some food
before those?
4.5. 4.5.
Oh yeah.
So that was, I was actually really just regular beers.
Yeah.
2 tall cans. I was thinking if I have 3.5 hours, I'll be fine. And then my mom was like, hey, when you come back home, we got to drop off some shoes somewhere. It's late at night. I'm like, oh, I can drive. You know, it's whatever. She gets out of the car. Everything's fine. She goes to drop some stuff off at this place. And then she's like, man, that guy's house was really dirty in the backyard. They had Corona bottles everywhere. Like, I'm assuming it was some frat house type thing.
This place.
Well, exactly, right? And then she gets in the car. She's like, have you been drinking? After never saying anything for the previous 15 minutes, I was like, what? And she's like, hey, hold on, have you been drinking? I was like, you were just saying you were around 1 million Corona bottles. Yeah. I've been in the car the whole time. Like, where is this coming from?
Who do you think this thing's coming from?
But also at the same time, I'm thinking like, what the fuck? How did you know from 4 hours ago I had 2? Like, no way. There's no way I smell like beer.
One of the most brutal
call-outs.
Call-outs of stinking like booze was it was, remember when Jordan lived on Interurban? And it was the night when me, you, and him were there, and we both, because he had the 2 sectional couches. Either way, we both drank like
a fish, yeah.
Yeah. And the next day, I was supposed to drive up Island with Ashley to install some lights in her place or whatever. So she picks me up that morning. Immediately when I get in, she's just like choked, like, you reek. And I was just like, what do you mean? I feel fine. And then, like, you know,
still intoxicated.
We're halfway up to like the Malahat, and she's like, I want to turn around. And I'm like, you're good. Let's turn around. I'm going to do this fucking work for you. You know, like,
I'm up at this time.
Whatever, which is unfair of me to say, because we already had an agreement that I shouldn't have been so hungover.
Sure.
Anyways.
But you're still physically there.
So I'm like, no, I want to do this. We stop on the highway. We end up going back on the highway. We get to her mom's place, which is where I'm doing the lights. First thing her mom says to her is like, Ashley, you reek like a bar mat. And then Ashley's like, that's him. And she's like, oh, Felix, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have said that if that was you. And I'm just like, oh, shit, I do reek
like a bar.
Yeah, like if Ashley's mom has to be like, oh my god, what is that smell? And it's
I know,
me.
and exactly, and the second thing out of her,
bad.
The worst part is the second thing out of her mouth is respect of.
Yeah,
oh, I would never say that to you.
I would say that to you.
And you're like, oh, that's the truth. That's only the truth.
That's just crushing. I was like, ugh. Fuck me.
Ashley might be being a bitch and just calling me out, but her mom's not. Her mom's not trying to make my life harder.
Ashley's being real, calling me like an idiot for being this stinky. But as soon as I get the, oh, sorry, I didn't know it was you. It was like, oh, fuck, I'm a piece of shit.
It's just like when your parents are like, I'm not mad at you. Or someone you care about, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. And you're like, that's way more crushing to my soul than you being mad at me.
Literally, because immediately she calls Ashley out, and then she's like, it's him. And she's like, oh, I wouldn't say that. That's just like, she is super sweet and nice.
I know, but you
And
know
that's-
because she's
it's
already
just like-
apologized for something.
it's
She doesn't
like,
need to apologize for you.
Fuck. Yeah, like,
Oh,
God
that
damn
hurts
it.
my soul.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, yeah, sorry. I did put the lights in. Their place looks great. So
no, of course, and it's I'll do the job. There's no risk of me.
that's the,
I'm doing easy work. There's not a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm good at what I
no,
do.
it sucked.
It's
I had
fine.
to crawl through their attic and.
Oh
either
Jesus!
Way,
You set yourself up for an attic day, hungover as fuck.
It was terrible, but I got it done, and that's
Sure, that's the big thing.
That's the point. Is you get the job
Yeah.
done. Don't be a pussy.
Dude, there's been so many. Well, fuck, you've worked with me. You've seen me work hungover. I used to do that a lot. I would just set myself up for failure.
You still did it, and
I always do it.
My dad said, because you think about it, what he should pay you, what the agreement was $25 an hour. We work 6 hours. He's going to pay
$150,
you
$300.
He's going to pay you $300.
Yeah, he's paying me double an hour.
You did work for $50 an hour.
No, dude, I feel rewarded. I was happy as fuck.
But the thing is, it's because even though you were hungover,
I worked like
and,
it was,
and you fucking put in. You weren't just standing there being a piece of shit. Like you worked, and that's really all he wants to see is, somebody that actually put in effort, and that's all he did.
Believe me, when you work hard, it's impossible to hide. They see you struggling and sweating and like.
Because I made the joke at the end of the day, being like, "Good job, Nick. You made yourself $150."
Yeah.
And then I could see on him, even he was like, "Oh, that would be shitty if we went out for
because we agreed exactly, and then you paid for your own breakfast, and it's like you worked for 2 days for $100.
Yeah.
Is that really what you wanted?
No,
or are you guys getting paid for a job to get done, and I did enough work to actually be like, oh, we're getting the job done the amount of hours that we want to work.
Exactly. So $50 an hour ain't bad.
Huge. No, that's fucking after tax. $50 an hour. I'm not making that anywhere else in the world.
I did go there after. I made a lot, but it's my dad, so it's kind of different.
Also, you are the guys who have the ability to do the work. I'm just a grunt. I'm just a laborer. You know what I mean? You can do the job without me. I can't do the job without you.
I did go there for the other day to do the cutting and shit, and it's not like you've used to cut off stuff. Not like you couldn't.
But what I'm saying is that like I'm hired to do a specific thing and work hard
to move,
and that's it.
To move material
to
for
pick
$50
things up,
an hour,
which is amazing, and there's not going to be any complaint from me. But I'm also not.
Also, like I obviously would much rather have like you to work with than because you're like my good friend rather than some fucking.
Sure. I'm also someone that can give shit and take shit. I try and make it like fun if we're hanging out or talking. You know, I want to like.
No, 100%. Like we actually had a good time.
Yeah, like I don't mind working hard. I don't mind getting called out. I don't mind calling someone else out if I know it's playful and I'm not trying to be like, I'm holier than that.
You did call my dad a fucking retarded faggot, like 3 times though.
Why no? But that's because he wasn't paying me. No, I'm joking. I wanted my money now. Call him every weekend. Where's my money, you retarded faggot? Where's my money?
No, but I am kind of choked because we were supposed to finish that up today, so we'd get paid by this weekend. Like I'm going to Mexico on Tuesday, right? And I'm sure you obviously want to get paid.
Yes and no. I mean, yes, I'd love to get paid, but it's
I don't
not.
want to get paid, but it's $300. Whatever.
Yeah, it's not my rent. It's not my.
Yeah, I don't need it, but again, it's more like I'm just frustrated. It's like, okay, so we plan to finish this day, and then you just fuck off. Whatever, I don't care.
Cheers, brother. We're actually not pissed off because you're about to go on vacation.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Life is good. It really there's so many other things in the world that suck. Versus like my life is good, so I'm definitely not hung up on shit like that.
It's my money, and I want it now.
JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash. Talk about when you're like, what is a good commercial?
Dude.
What's a good commercial? I don't know. The thing from 20 years ago that I still say.
We still have the phone number stuck in our heads.
And then it's if you were to say, hey, what's a good commercial? And I'd be like, well, I can't remember a Dairy Queen commercial or McDonald's, but I can remember a JG Wentworth. 877 I want it now. And just a bunch of people poking their heads up. It's my money and I want it now.
That was on the TV listing.
It was.
Yeah, 100%. That's because you hear that commercial like a million times.
Because you just wanted to find out when was The Simpsons on, what sport was going to be on in the next half hour.
Where's Malcolm in the Middle? Dude?
Yeah.
This is a dating. We're old for people who are younger than that. Nobody listens to this shit anyways. Who cares about it?
Oh yeah, it's still going. It's okay. Remember the TV listings. That's
one of these is gonna pop off. We're gonna be
for sure.
Millionaires.
Peter Popoff.
Peter Popoff. I'm gonna fill myself.
You know what's funny? The one that blows up is followed by the multiple R words, N words, bad words I've said 1 week afterwards.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Oh no, that thing that was blowing up, this guy's gonna be famous. Oh, we found every other collection of him saying terrible things.
Hey, guess what? You're retarded if you think I'm gonna take that off.
With a capital N?
Nah, I don't care. Like, I mean, yeah, it's offensive. It is offensive. I know it's wrong to say.
Yeah.
I don't... It's a certain style of humor. You don't like it? Fuck off.
Yeah, that's right. J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now! Get fucking sued by them after this episode.
You guys are stealing
We made it big, but then J.G. Wentworth took it all back.
This YouTube channel that has fucking 30 views stole our fucking slogan.
It was actually just free advertising, and we get sued.
Oh, that was the thing about J.G. Wentworth, is they did say the N-word at the end of their...
J.G. N-word. 877 cash now. Oh, that's not the team? J.G. N-word?
the commercial ends with just a black guy with his arms crossed.
877 cash now.
I really don't like that. No, well, that's YouTube appropriate.
Of course.
Yep. Yeah, sure, I
gotta
did.
take another piss.
You better. I guess I gotta talk by myself.
877 cash now.
I'm gonna talk about what Nick talked about when he was alone. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna sing the world a little song. How about this? Well, Ryan Derling had a baby, and Ryan Derling kicked that baby. And Ryan Derling kicked that baby, and Ryan Derling kicks a lot of babies, and Ryan kicks babies, and Ryan kicks babies. That was my song. What do you think of it? Pretty good. Ryan kicks fucking babies. Ryan had a little baby brother, and he saw it pop out of his mummy's fucking vagina, and then he fucking booted her across the fucking doctor's hospital. Ryan Derling made babies with a baby. Oh, yes, he did. That's the most retarded thing I ever fucking said. One time Ryan dressed up like a fucking Scotsman. He said, "Ah, it's me, Ryan Derling." That's not even Scottish. One time Ryan had a baby with a baby. And they made a tiny little baby. One time Ryan... One time Ryan had a baby with a baby. Ryan had a baby with a baby, and they called it a baby. Okay, that's enough of that. I just gotta keep the banter going, you know? Old Nick takes a big old stinky duker. I'm gonna talk like an absolute imbecile. Hey, remember that time? Hey, Peter, remember the time? Hey, Peter, remember the time? Alright.